Hello, welcome. Today I'm sharing a project that would be perfect for Valentine's Day, which is coming up on February 14th. Now, whether you're making a love you card for a significant other or sharing a card and some handmade kindness to someone that is pretty special in your life who might need a little cheering up around this time, this card is perfect. It doesn't have a Valentine's Day sentiment on it, but it does express what it is that we're wanting to say with the love you. All the pieces to make this card have come from the Weather Together stamp set. I've used it in the spirit of the Crafty Carrot Collective January program, which features this wonderful product this month. If you'd like to learn more about that, or you'd like to see a whole heap of free tutorials and online classes using this wonderful set, do head over to our Facebook page and learn how to do that. Alright, let's get on with the project. I've got lots of layers in this project here, but lots of white layers. For some reason I really like the effect of white on white. So I'm going to start with the first layer, which is this textured impressions embossing folder. Pop that aside. Slide my BigShot in there, and I'm going to need the platform. I've cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's just big enough to fit on my card front but leave a slight border around the sides. I'll show you that. There's my card base, and it just leaves a very slight border around the sides. I'm going to pop that on here, slide it in between the layers, and run it through. There we go. Beautiful, lovely texture on our piece. While I've got the BigShot here, actually, we'll do the second piece straight away. For that one, I'm using my Sunburst Thinlet and another piece of card about the same size. I've gone I think just a tad, no, same size as that one. And I'm going to use a different platform because this is a die rather than an embossing folder. I like my magnetic platform. Put the first plate there. Pop this out. It's a bit hard to get this on the camera, so I do hope you'll excuse me popping that in place. Kind of want to make sure that this circle piece is towards the top left. I like it to be off center. I'll run that bit through. Pop all these pieces out. And that's going to leave us with that just pull that up. So I've got my card base. I'll stick that down as we go. So I just stopped the camera for a minute so I could pop all the adhesive on and you didn't have to watch me do that boring step. Taking the backing off now. I've probably gone a little bit adhesive crazy. You may not want to do every sun ray in the way that I've done, but I was just concerned that if I didn't do each piece of the burst, then when it was sitting on the card, those bits might come up a bit too easily. So I'll just pop that in place here over the top. As I was taking my adhesive off, I got a little tear. I don't know if you can see that, but I think the umbrella will be used to cover that nicely, so I'm not too concerned. Alright, next step probably would be to create these cute little fluffy clouds. So the Weather Together stamp set comes with some dies that coordinate perfectly and help us with the cutting. I'm going to stamp those in Memento Black, a smaller ink block there. Probably do them at the same time. Just get my black ink. I like to use Memento when I'm working with photopolymer stamp sets because it doesn't stain. It washes right off really well. And I'm just going to add a tiny little touch of grey to those using my blender pen and a bit of grey ink. Got my smoky slate, push a little bit of ink onto the lid. I'm going to collect it from the edge and blend it out a little bit so it's not too strong. I'm going to start on the sides. Just colour that like that. Just a small touch of grey that'll help it sit apart from all that white. And now we can cut them using the framelits. So I've got the Umbrella Weather Framelit dies which coordinate with this set here. And inside there's lots of fun shapes happening, but right now what I want are the two different sized clouds. I'll bring my BigShot back up to the desk here. I've got my magnetic plate and I might cut one at a time because I stamped them pretty close together. And these can go on the project. So just a little bit of tape is enough to hold those. The smaller one I had up here at the top. And this larger one here comes out from behind the umbrella. Just goes here on the side. Right to the edge so it's going to stick out from behind that umbrella once we've cut that. Got a little bit more room here on my scrap paper and I'm going to use that to stamp the umbrella, the crooked handle. So I'm going to apply a little bit of colour with my watercolour pencil, this time in black. Basic black pencil. I want to keep the handle white, so I'm just putting a little bit of black through that arm and blending it in. And it looks like I've done the top quite dark too. So that will be the umbrella arm. I'm going to do my black umbrella next. So we're going for the umbrella that's got the lines through it. And I like this little swirly detail. I've got a piece of black card. Got my BigShot again with the magnetic platform. First I'm going to do that umbrella top. Now you can see that those lines have created these little, let's see if I can get it clearer in the camera. It's very hard to show you on black. See the score marks that it's created there? And the next step is to lay this little bordered panel, decorative panel on the bottom, like so. I'm going to run that through again, and that's going to give us those lovely little swirls at the bottom. So if I can angle that to the light in a way that you can see them, you've got that beautiful little swirl embossed detail now at the bottom. So I'm going to want that to sit. There's that tear there. About there. Just like that. I'm going to stick my umbrella stand onto my umbrella to help me position things. And then I'm going to use a few dimensionals to pop that in place. So that umbrella top's there. I'm going to use my Stampin' dimensionals. Got a pack here with a few left. One on each side, and I'm going to get a bit creative and cut some skinny pieces and pop them just in the thickest part of the handle there. Take the backing off. Of those. There we have it. I'm going to position that in place. And there's the umbrella. Now it's time to add a little touch of red and our sentiment. So I've got a piece of card here, my watercolor and my watermelon wonder, sorry, and the really pretty love that comes from that same set. Stamp that in place there, perfect. And then I'm taking the sentiment, I don't know if you can read that, it says, "I'm here for you." What we really just want today is that little you. I'm going to get my block, mount that on there. And I'm going to very carefully apply ink from the side of my pad just to that one word. So if you can see that, I've just got the ink on the U using the side of the pad. Now I'm going to line it up and pop it in that sentiment there. Like that. And a little bit of fussy cutting. Alright, so we'll add a little bit of fine tip glue pen. This one a little bit thick there. Slip it into place. and press it down. Alright, now I felt like it needed a touch more red, and the stamp set does come with this little shower of hearts. Certainly giving the BigShot a workout in this beautiful project. So I'm going to push those little love hearts through. And then I'm going to stick them on with some of the fine tip glue pen as well. Rather than adding the glue pen directly to the back of the pieces, I like to put a little lump of it on some scrap paper. Use my little craft tweezers here. Dip them in a little bit and then position them in place. I find that just a little bit less messy. There. Now to finish, I am going to add just the tiniest bit of the silver thread to make a little bow. A bit cautious with this thread because I know it kinks easily. Picking up both ends at the same time. Just love that little touch of sparkle, that touch of silver. And there we have it, trim those ends. And that is our beautiful little project today. I really hope that you've enjoyed making that along with me. It does give your BigShot a bit of a workout, but how can you resist when there's just so many textured details and lots of fun to be had with a project like this. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this project and that you will be back to share more videos with me again soon. Thank you. Bye.